3 tips you need to know to counter Mina. Firstly, one of her biggest counters that you can get really early on into the game to stop a lot of her escape potential is buying Slowing Hex. Since you get it really early on, it only costs 1600. It can be easily applied to her and it lasts a long time. And while she's Slowing Hex, you can use all of your abilities on her and she can't use her bats to escape. Another good tip to shut down a lot of her damage as well is getting any form of silence. For example, if you're playing a gun character, getting silencer is really good since you can apply it really fast on some characters. And on top of the silence, it also cuts off 25% of her spirit damage. So the very first bullet you hit with it instantly applies this effect, even if you don't get the silence off. So that's also very good for getting rid of her damage. If you're more of a spirit character, getting either silence wave can be really good since it does a good bit of damage and it also can hit multiple people at once. Or if you're playing someone who's really bursty and can one-shot people really fast, getting focus lens is also really good for that. And a good tip that you should always just be consciously aware of whenever you're playing against Mina is that whenever she gets her ult, whenever her love bites gets procced, she permanently gains 2 bats every time she procs her love bites on her ult. So she gets basically more damage every time she procs it. So whenever she's about to proc her love bites on you on the left side of the screen there, just make sure you try to play around some sort of cover and try to LOS her a bit until the meter goes down and then you can keep fighting again. Because this gets rid of a lot of her damage and also her stacking damage on her ult.